Hey guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Happy New Year to you all, hopefully you've had a good time. This is at least from a World of Tanks perspective. I've been doing fairly well. Nothing really of note has been happening in World of Tanks, like, apart from the occasional grind. I have been grinding the SU line. Bit of a slight update to my tech tree. Hang on. So there you go. I grabbed the SU-100M1, grinded through that for a while, and now I'm on the SU-101. A lot more enjoyable than the SU-100M1. Not just because it's a tier higher, but it just performs better and all, which is quite enjoyable. Oh, I've sold the ISU-152 for a particular reason, and this is more of a personal thing. I got rid of the ISU-152 because they fucked with the gun. Like, I know it sounds really stupid, but in my opinion, having driven the ISU-152 for well over 4 or 5 years, having had, utilized the BL-10, which was the original top gun that you would have, when I gave this tank a go in with its new gun, the what is it, the 152mm D4S, I just did not feel. I mean, yeah, it's only like 20 less pen and whatever, but I don't know. It's again, it's purely from a personal reasoning. That's what the gun looks like, fully upgraded. So this is purely a personal thing. So it's a good gun. No, in all actual fact, it's a good gun. This is just purely my perspective. It's a good gun. It's got a good rate of fire. For a 152, which has 260 pen and 750 alpha. For a gun that has 20 less pen, I personally would have enjoyed a slightly better accuracy, like 0.4. But, I guess can't complain too much about that. As it stands, it's still quite a potent tank destroyer. It still does smack you one if you're not careful. But it didn't feel like the ISU that I had spent a long time grinding, a long time playing, and I just didn't like it. It felt like a hollow vehicle. It just, personally speaking, it felt like a hollow vehicle. I did not personally enjoy driving that vehicle any longer because it did not feel, as I said, it just didn't feel enjoyable. It's not something that I personally want to drive anymore, so I've given up the ghost on that. The reason why I'm saying that is because, well, Wargamming are going to try and do something else in the tech tree. You may have heard, if you are in the World of Tanks news, that Wargamming are planning on doing a major overhaul of the Russian tech tree. One of the things that I am particularly somewhat miffed about, but determined to avoid, is the introduction of, or the removal of a certain tier 9 vehicle, which is, of course, the SU-12254. This was recently announced. In fact, I've checked the stats once again just to see if there's been any changes to it. And yeah, the SU-12254 is rumoured to be apparently planned to be removed from the game because apparently it doesn't fit within the criteria of Wargamming anymore. I don't quite understand the reasoning why. It's a good tank destroyer. I've been killed by it a few times, and I'm certain if I get to the damn thing, it's going to be pretty awesome. It's a nice small, basically it's the 122-44, only it's now the 54. And I like it. It has a nice, more modernish appeal, and it looks cool, and I want it. And of course, the moment I start grinding for the bastard thing, that's when I hear the news, oh, we're going to get rid of it. So I am now on a quest. This quest is to grab that tank by any means necessary. So what I'm doing is I am utilizing my vehicle capacity in the SU-101, as well as grabbing my ×2 on other vehicles to try and get good games and to try and free XP as much as possible. I've already gained about 60,000 on it. Excuse me, so it's getting there, but it's a slow process. So today, I thought we'd have a few games, talk about the state of World of Tanks, what's been going on, and, just try and enjoy and have a good time. And more likely the case is I say, oh, I'm going to try and play this game and talk to you at the same time, but really it's going to be, I'm going to play this game and not talk, because that's how I am. But no, like, World of Tanks has definitely changed for a lot of things. Some would say for the better. I would say it's made it more, well, I think there are things that Wargamming have done that have helped the game, but I think there are also a number of things that Wargamming has done which have not helped the game. Artillery, for example, is a bit of a sort of a 50% gain and a 50% loss. It's like, on one hand, we can't get one shot by the artillery anymore, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. You've got... There are definite pros to being... I'm trying to think. You know, we'll go down here. There are definite pros to the artillery not being as devastatingly powerful anymore, because, for example, in certain high-tier games, if you were... for argument's sake, if you were a big heavy tank, for example, the Type 4 Heavy, or the Mouse, and you were going into a game where there were 3 scumbags on the other side, and one of them was a T-92, the other was a Churchill Conqueror gun carrier, and Batchat 580, sorry, 5580, or, yeah, 5558, I've been spotted, haven't I? Oh, no, I haven't. Egats! Boff! Nice shot. I'm gonna pull back. Yep, I've been spotted. No! God, son. Ow! Unexpected benefits. I love this ability. I'm going to pull back. Oh! The T28 prototype really does not like me. I'm going to use my other T28 prototype comrade as cover. I can't wait for that T28 prototype to get lit up. Oh, hello! Ooh, I just got eyes on him. Can't have a shot at him. I'm going to be a cheeky mare and use some skill of the... I'll use my number 2 button skill. And, just occasionally... Just weeny bit off. That's right, Mr. T28 prototype. I can load the gold. That's right. Ow! Meanie! Just because you've got good guns. Ouch. Yeah, that was not good. Right, well, no one's apparently watching the mid, but that's fine, because I've learnt not to care anymore. It sounds really stupid, but it is honestly, I've learnt not to care. Because the thing is, playing World of Tanks, I've gone through a phase where I've grown immensely frustrated, like legit just angry at everything when someone makes a mistake. Ah, shit. Can I be a cheeky bugger? I think I can. Hang on, let's... That's right. You just get tracked in front of a vehicle that's on fire. Boom. Congratulations, Mr. Object 704. You've just sacrificed your tank. Oh, very well done, Mr. E75. I'll just have some free damage, shall we? Oh, thank you very much, Mr. E75. What a pleb. Oh, hello, Mr. T20 prototype, who sacrificed... How many vehicles? How many vehicles? Seriously, 3 tanks suicided for a kill. What is that? Seriously. Well, anyway, so to... kind of proving my point. So the game has kind of gone into... What? Okay, there's 2 things that could have happened. 1, someone could have gotten a really powerful shot off. 2, the pleb drove off a cliff, fearing a tier 8, and took 800 damage to himself. The T69 isn't exactly doing himself any favors, but he is doing the right thing. Suiciding, or suicide rushing. Oh, I've been spotted. Oh no. Well, that's okay. The WZ's already committed Saboku. We might as well. This is one of those random matches, isn't it? It's that kind of random match where something happens, and for some reason, everyone's brain just fills up with shit. And so, I mean, I'm not saying I'm any different, but everyone just starts YOLOing everywhere. Hey! Cooey! Hello, A50! Try and stay alive for like long enough for me to get a shot off you. Let's load 1 shot of premium so I can either track him and get very angry, or not track him. I said I was following in everyone's footsteps, but I'm not going to be a moron. Right, 4, 3... I'll let the STG take the first shot. I'm just there because no one else here will save you. I have done it! I've conquered the world! And I missed. Ooh. Ah! Humbug. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Haha! Last second kill. Woohoo! Oh, I have -1. I have a -1 reload. That's hilarious. That was not a bad game. Not a great game, but not a bad game. But because I shot something higher tier, I got some experience. Yeah. And I got apparently a new skill. In 3... Wait, so I haven't got a new skill. It's just telling me in about 3 battles' time I've got a new skill. Well, whoop-de-doo. Like that said, though, I probably almost... Oh, no, the driver's... Well, actually, no, I could. Well, we're almost there with the majority of them. Of course, I'm training my... Right, that was pretty awesome, so we'll... That wasn't a bad game. It was a good game. Definitely a good game on that one. Nice 3k experience, which means I only need to grab 75, so that's more achievable. Let's jump into an SE-152. We're going to stick Russian. We're going to stick to the Russian tanks today. No, but basically, the game has been, you know, so going back to the whole, I told you I'd get distracted. The point is, going back to the whole state of World of Tanks, now that the artillery no longer can do that powerful one-shotting damage, which is great, it does mean that, for example, it becomes really annoying now, because rather than being able to just get one shot and then leave the battle while cursing your aggression, you know, cursing the artillery scumbag who shot you, at least it was quick. Now, this feels like a War Thunder defeat where, you know... The best way to describe a War Thunder defeat is basically where, instead of it being 15 minutes and then you can leave the battle, and then the next 15 minutes could be completely random, instead you're stuck there for a good 20 minutes, and you can't leave the game because, for example, you're actually kind of a good player, and basically what's occurred is your team are retarded, and basically you have to sit there and watch your entire team fail completely at playing a video game, which... When you're at tier 4 or 5, you think people would learn how to play properly, but instead, no. just no. Right, this is going to be one of those random, hey, if I'm lucky shots. Ooh, that could have been fatal. Right, anyway, so that's that shot fired. Defend your base, but I'm moving away from it. Now, probably the ISU-122S... did I hit anyone? Oh my god, I think I hit the Oni. Oh, you must hate me. Bet you know someone who's reporting, oh, freaking hackers and whatnot. Now this is, yes, I thought I forgot. I thought I didn't have the SE-152's, I was like, do I have Sixth Sense on this? If I don't, then buggeration. If I do, then huzzah. Oh, I do, but for some reason, the game didn't tell me that. That's really good to hear. Hey, Oni. Hello! Oh, you love me, Oni. I know it. Hello, KB13. Ooh, and a bat chat 112. 12. Yes, 112. Yes, that's the ultra super mega form. And hello! Yes, you may shoot. Yeah, that didn't go quite as planned, did it, Mr. Batchat, did it? You were expecting to be able to sneak behind the lines, I imagine? Maybe, perchance, get a shot off? Yes, Mr. Vehicle. Definitely a good... of course. Ooh. Achoo! Oh, of course. Of course. Right, let's just hit the repair thing. So, yep, scumbags be there. Oh, KV2. Oh, yeah, you looking at me. Oh, this man looking at me. You're pissed. But, nope. Oh, this game. It has its moments where it really is a pain, but really... It's like bashing your head against the wall, only to realize you're bashing your head against marshmallow wall. Like, your head is actually hitting marshmallows. Right, so great plan on the withdrawal thing, but I am actually here. Oh, there's tree movement over there, so I'm going to shoot here. Nope, that went so high. Great scouting, Mr. Scout Tank, as he runs away like a coward. So, that whole hold the line thing, I realize that's a foreign concept to you guys, but shockingly, if you do that correctly, you can actually get good results. Nah, he's not there anymore. If he's there, then I'll laugh my ass off, but I don't think he's there. He's either with... Yeah, he's gone the other way. Oh no, KV-85. I am not so pure that I will ignore a kill like that. Oh! That's not fair! That's not fair. Well, it looks like a 1.459 damage game is the game we're going to be having today. Whilst some assholes cap in the base because I didn't get any damage on cap. It's not fair, I don't like you guys, I'm gonna cap. You know, I've noticed there's a lot more scumbaggery in this game. Not just because there's more artillery players, but because there's actual douchebags driving in the game. Now the thing is, Wargamming won't condemn, well they will condemn this, but they won't condemn this in the sense of, oh no, we're actually going to call people out on it. It's more like, we're going to call some people out on it who are absolutely terrible and honestly do deserve to get banned, but instead... So, yeah, you're just going to let that guy live. I mean, he's going to die, but will he die fast enough? There we go. Whee! Random shot for the win! And I'm just going to do a circle. No, but, like, I've noticed that there are people who are willing to team kill more, trolling more, are way more aggressive in the comments. Not to say that to be honest with the comment section have always been pretty rough anyway, but in this particular phase they've been fairly violent. And oh, what else? There's a plethora. No, but the general vibe is that the state of play is less and less people are nice in this game, and more people are becoming arses. Now I realise, of course, that's World of Tanks in a nutshell, but at the same time, it is getting a bit frustrating. And there are some days, you know, and playing World of Tanks again after so long, and then coming back to, like, having some of the worst matches possible because people who've been playing this game, you could tell have been in this game for a while because, you know, they've got the so-called marks of excellence on the side of their guns. Probably because they've fired nothing but heat. You know that kind of player. I'm not saying every player is that kind of player, but you know there's that one... You know, well, not that one. This game, there's probably thousands. But the point is, there is that one player in your team who is an utter scumbag who isn't driving a scumbag vehicle. And, okay, going back to the whole scumbag thing, I've kind of regressed in the whole artillery is not a scumbag thing. Now, I'm not saying that all artillery drivers are scumbags. They are not. But a large majority of them are scumbags because either they still want to commit suicide near the end of the game, denying the rightful winning team the kill. They still will XVM hunt, which is basically where you are in XVM. The stats, XVM stats. This is one of the sort of blessings and curses thing, like the recent patches. What can happen is you look on the XVM. And what people will do is they will prioritize shooting at one person over the rest of the team because the XVM stat is saying that that person is a good player. Now, it doesn't actually say whether or not that person is a good player. It simply says that their win rate is higher, or their X8 stat is higher, or X, Y, and Z is higher. But, you know, it still means that you are... without really, you know, without any real rhyme or reason, you are prioritizing that person as a target. Now, to a degree, you could argue, oh, but you know, that's a legitimate reason. That's no different to, in historical senses, someone going for the commander or someone going for this or for that. Well, I'm like, well, that's a fair point to a degree, but then you've got to realize this is a game which is meant for free, you know, which is played by everyone. And all that one person wants to do is play a game and have fun, not take over the world, or take out your clan, or do whatever that is the bad guy thing to do. So it turns out to be more of a dick move than anything. Right, let's just go. If he goes out, he goes out. So really what this particular move does is it just indicates that it is in actual fact a dick move. Because what will happen is you get one or two artillery, or if you get an artillery platoon, not an actual platoon. Hello. Sup? Nice panic reverse there. Nice gold spam as well. I love how you're trying to use gold on a T26E4, which already has a pretty decent pen of 140. Oh, I can trade, by the way. See? Shoot me now. Oh, you bounced again with your gold. Isn't that funny? Yeah. The game is not smiling upon you. Oh, do you want to reverse? Okay, I'll get you kill. I'll get a free kill. Okay, thank you very much for the trade. I'll just roll on by. Nothing happened. So, okay, so we've lost a few vehicles. The enemy have prioritized pushing through the center of town. Let's try and see if we can. If I can hold the line, slash. Right, so we're going to have to try and save this one. Probably going to get shot to shit because of going in the open, but... Hello? Spotted? No. Oh my lordy lord. Right, let's get the Type 59 in the buttocks. Hello! Penetration. Ooh, he actually damaged me. Oh, and there's a DMX 1390. Ooh, another vehicle. Yeah, that would be the Ferdinand, yep. Ah, permatract. Oh, but Sturitzwagen got me. And the Ferdinand got me. Ah, shit. Yeah, that was a bit of a stupid move. Yeah, no. I shouldn't have moved out in the open. But I did get at least one more kill. And I got a bit of damage. See, this is the thing. I don't... GG. This is the thing. I'm not aiming to be the best of things. I'm not aiming to be the whatever. It's literally... Because if I focus on it too much, I'm just going to rage quit and slam my face against a wall. And because of this particular urgency, I'm like, no. I don't want to do that. That's something I don't want to do. Right, so... What is next? Well, we've run out of somewhat decent Russian bit. Oh, we got the SU-122. Alright, let's transfer this then. But yeah, so like, what was I on about? Oh yeah, scumbags not being in scumbag vehicles. You know, so, oh no, XVM hunting, there we go. So yeah, XVM hunters, okay, so no stats, got it. So XVM hunters are basically people who utilize the XVM of World of Tanks to try and focus down one particular vehicle. And because, for example, nowadays, artillery, despite being nerfed to buggery, is still not being nerfed to the point where it's only one artillery per high-tier match, which I still think is a thing. You know, if you can only have one artillery in a platoon, why can we have multiple artillery in one match? It ruins the game. In my opinion, and this is where it goes back to the regression thing. I do not like multiple artillery in a high-tier match. Mid to low-tier, fine, but... Mid to low tier is like is okay because the damage values aren't so high, and the games aren't exactly dictated by how much artillery is on one team or the other. But for example, in the high tier games where you're trying to drive around in, say, an AMX, or you're trying to drive around in a heavy tank, or any kind of tank, to be honest with you, the fact that there are three artillery already. The fact that there are three, you know, there are two or more artillery, or one or more artillery, means that the game is a lot more campy. It's a lot more campy. There you go. Fuck tomato. So basically, because the XVM stat says that a particular vehicle is, the person who's driving a particular vehicle is not as good as potentially he is, it doesn't take into account the actual skill, it just talks about the amount of win rate or whatever. It basically means... Oh, hello. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to get a chance. Unless he goes out in that one little millisecond area. Random off the win. No, didn't think so. Now, oh god. I think World of Tanks should launch a grammatical app on their other thing. So, like, when they're trying to type, you get, like, a mini pop-up in the right corner saying, you typed in loose, when actually it was lose. They would make a fortune off that. Get premium and get an autocorrector when you type. That would be awesome. Like, as part of premium time, you get to autocorrect your words. That would be magnificent. World of Tanks Grammar Society. Now in the okay, I can't move up now. Hello. Want to shoot? Oh, you waited for me. So you legit. Wow. You legit just waited and killed yourself because you wanted to get a shot at the tier 7 when you knew that when the Lorraine 40-ton, which was shooting at you the entire time, was in fact a better... Yes! Got him in the ass. Was in fact the better target. This is the thing. Ooh, Pattern Man don't like me. Hey, Pattern! Ow. Woo! Scumbags. There, that's another thing. Like, one artillery hitting at you, sure, but then this is the thing. Artillery will focus down on you. Because they can't do as much damage, instead of focusing on a variety of targets which could be benefiting the team, they'll instead focus on that one person whenever he gets spotted. And unfortunately, because this is not crewed not by a good team, but unfortunately by a somewhat bad team, I should have put the 101 crew. Oh, hello, SU-122-44 of the opposing team. Oh. At least the Rain 40-ton is also aware of this. Oh ha ha! Oh ha! Oh, we could so do with some backup over here. Alright. I'll try and spot again. Right, there's the 1, there's the 2. We can knock out the scent, that will be awesome. Just 10 on the premium. 217, that's good enough. Yeah, no, I don't think so. But yeah, sure. Right, he's gone. He's gone. And artillery's going to smack me one in a second. There you go. Right. That was a nice little counter. That could be just be me done for the day. Ooh. Damn it. $13.75 shouldn't be too awkward. Unfortunately, being in an SU-122-44, which is a TD, and the TDs have their sightlines, oh. Okay. Well, that was a stupid thing to do, but sure. Oh, and they had an AFK T-54 E1 from the start. Well, that must have been a real handy advantage. Really? Ah, humbug. GG on the artillery, by the way. All that friendly fire. GG. Oh, hello. Was he going to commit suicide? I think he's going to... Oh, no. The Leopard PTA. Oh, GGG. Wow, that was actually a series of good matches. Didn't really do much in them. Only 1.1k damage. But we were able to effectively hold a flank. We'll do one more game. So we did lose in the T10, unfortunately, but we did gain some boxes because that's important. I will round things off with a T10 game. But no, so the game itself has kind of gone into a good... again, the artillery has kind of gone into a sort of a more annoying stage because of certain things, but at the same time, so has a few other things. It's kind of, as the game evolves, more and more problems kind of go, become more... Problems that were previously not so much an issue have now become an issue, and problems that... Well, things that were a problem, or a big problem, are now no longer really a big problem, but to a degree seem to be less of an issue now than they were beforehand. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, shit. Why not? Right, let's try and charge up there. But yeah, so it's kind of a tit for tat again. but to a degree more annoying. Because of how, like, either blatantly annoying, like how certain things should just be changed, like, have been changed not for the benefit, but because people have been complaining, and there are other things that have been changed because, yeah. Anyway, let's jump into this. Hello, TVP! The overpowered line at the end. Now, the reason why I say overpowered line at the end is because the bat chats, oh, come on. That was a hit and you know it. The overpowered line at the end routine was because, well, the Tier 9 and Tier 10 variety of Czechoslovakia. Ah, we lost it. Oh, well. We lost him. Ooh, that's painful. Hey, T-34. No, don't go in the open, you silly... Ooh. The hell? Oh. Hey, T-54. Hello! I'm sorry, bad chat. Were you trying to do something? And you're dead. Hello! Or go in front, because that's clever. And go where he can shoot, yep, free shot into your side. And yes, you've done a bit of damage, but then... Hello! How you doing, Mr. TVP? It's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, is he going to do it? Ah, no, I don't quite have the gun depression. But... Oh, I almost had the cupola. Yeah, this game's going to shit. It won't be too much longer before other tanks... Yeah, oh, now he decides to go around the back. When... Before he could have done it and not have to deal with the PvP, instead he now has to deal with both the TVP and the T-34. That's kind of unsurprising, but hey, that's World of Tanks. Yeah. Yes, I'm the idiot. There you go. Rather than paying attention to what I have been doing, let's just focus on what I'm not doing, which is somehow carrying the entire game for you. So, whilst all these vehicles have been down south, there have been 2 vehicles over here that have been more or less being saved. Ah, fuck. Yep. Hey! 72k. Ow. That hurt. Ooh, yeah. Dodged. Hey! There you go. Got the kill. Ah, I'm dead. Ah, well. Not bad. Not bad. Not great. You know, idiot. Well, you can only do so much when the entire team just collapses on one side. And we could have perhaps had if the Leopard PTA basically gone around the corner, like literally gone up and around that way, whilst the T-34 was having a hard-on for me, he could have killed the T-34 quickly. I could have perhaps moved down to provide assistance to this side, to which then we could have turned around. So, rather than that, of course, it's... Again, I'm not... You can only do so much. You can't go over the top angry now, because it's just like, what can you do? You can say, oh, you're a shit player for doing this, or you're a crap player for doing that. I'm like, well, yes, there may have been things I could have done better, but at the same time, we'll have a look at the post stats and see who actually did a lot. But But no, that to be honest with you, is the state of the game at the moment. There are good things about the patches and changes that have come along, and there are bad things about the patches and changes that have come along. You know, on one hand, you know, artillery is no longer the one-shot, one-killing capacity that it used to be, but now it feels like artillery is more of a pain in the arse than usual. Yeah, of course we lost that one. Of course we lost that one. But the question is, how did I do? Ah, third from the top. Nicely done. So, all in all, oh, good game on the pattern one. Jeez. But so, all in all, I guess the best way to describe World of Tanks right now is a tit for tat. Only unfortunately the tat is kind of a bit harder than the tit. Just a bit. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. It's a little bit out of context, a little bit rambly, but I wanted to do a World of Tanks video, but there wasn't really a good enough subject apart from the whole, it's a bit of tit for tat. It's like World of Tanks is fun to play, but there is a problem. You know, playing World of Tanks in platoons is a good, you know, I can play solo now, which is kind of nice, but also at the same time it's a pain in the ass. And I can't say that I hate the game because it's enjoyable to play and there have been really some fun moments, but unfortunately there are also just as many moments where I just want to pick up my computer, throw it against the wall, or more preferably find a way of teleporting through a monitor, finding the person who was that incompetent at playing a simple video game and slapping them around the face numerous times. Anyway guys, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. This is Mr. Jaeger, signing out.